Salute. Pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Okay. All right, is there any agenda reorganization? No? Okay. Report from closed. The board voted. The board voted by a vote of 6-0 with member Ciociela absent to reject 2 claims presented and gave authority to notify the claimants of this denial on 7/28/26. The claims have been rejected. Okay. Reports and information.
In order.
Comments from the public on items not on the agenda? No? Okay, we'll go ahead and move to consent.
Make a motion to approve. I'll second.
A motion by member Dami, second by member Brady. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Okay. Action item A. Consideration of whether to approve or deny the CALA charter petition. I have to open the.
Thank you.
Do I read this first?
Yes.
Right. On May 4th, 2026, the Yuba-Sutter Unified School District formally received a charter petition to establish California Learning Academy, CALA Charter School. In accordance with Education Code Section 45605, on June 23rd, 2026, the district timely held a public hearing on the provisions of the charter, at which time the board considered the level of support for the petition by teachers employed by the school district, other employees of the school district, and parents. The district is required to publish all staff recommendations, including the recommended findings regarding the petition, at least 15 days before the public hearing, at which the board will either grant or deny the charter. The district complied with this provision by publishing the staff report on its website on July 10, 2026. The district must either grant or deny the charter within 90 days of receipt of the petition. The board will act on the petition tonight. Petitioners shall have equivalent time and procedures to present evidence and testimony to respond to the staff recommendations and findings. The district shall have 10 minutes to present, followed by equal time for the petitioner to present. Following the presentations, the board may wish to ask questions of staff and or petitioner. Public comment will then be taken before the board acts on the petition. We now ask staff to make their presentation.
Thank you. Good evening. Tonight, district staff is presenting our final report and formal recommendations regarding the charter school petition submitted to the district from the California Learning Academy, or also known as CALA. I'd like to again emphasize that district took time to review the report, strictly adhering to all statutory timelines mandated by Education Code 47605. We formally received the petition on May 4, 2026. The petition was certified for completeness on May 7th, which started the statutory timelines for the petition review. A public hearing was held on June 23rd, 2026 to gather input from staff, parents, and community members. The detailed staff report included recommended findings, was published and posted on the district website on July 10th, 2026. And then tonight's meeting, July 28th, represents the final step of the charter petition process with the board's action. I'd like to emphasize again that every step of this timeline ensures full transparency and complete procedural due process. So, California Education Code 47605 establishes the baseline rule that a charter petition shall be granted unless the governing board makes a specific written factual finding supporting the denial. State law provides five specific statutory grounds for denial. The petition does not contain the required number of valid signatures. 2, the charter school presents an unsound educational program. 3, the petitioners are demonstrably unlikely to successfully implement the program. 4, the charter is demonstrably unlikely to serve the interests of the entire local community. And 5, the petition lacks reasonably comprehensive descriptions of the required elements. The proposal in the petition, the specifications was that it would be, the target population would be adults 22 years or older without a U.S. high school diploma. That it was projected enrollment for the upcoming school year would be 2,256 students projected for year 1, and that's what the budget was projected and presented to the district on. It would be a non-classroom based instruction utilizing a workforce innovation and opportunity agreement partnership. And the operator, Highlands Community Charter and Technical Schools, is a Sacramento-based nonprofit public benefit corporation. In the petition, it stated that they will operate in Sutter County. Its administration, board, and core operations are situated entirely in Sacramento. More critically, out of the 2,256 projected students, 2,000 will be the existing students who would be transferred from the Sacramento program into the CALA program. So only 256 students are projected for the single proposed Sutter County location. CALA is asking Yuba City Unified to act as an alternate authorizer for an established Sacramento program as presented by Mr. Raymond, who stated that it's the petitioner's intention to move all of the Sacramento-based students, 2,000 of them, to the CALA charter if it was approved by Yuba City Unified. This was not referenced in the initial petition. This represents a fundamental failure to serve the Yuba City and Sutter County community. On slide 6, the focus is on the signature requirements and operational readiness for CALA falls short in both areas. First, the petition fails under Education 47605A3. It lacks the requisite number of valid signatures, and the staff signatures provided were current Sacramento teachers, with many lacking appropriate credentials. The petitioners plan to move the existing Sacramento schools under the umbrella of CALA charter, including both seat-based and non-classroom-based schools, which was not included in the initial petition, which denied the teachers who signed the petition the information necessary to provide a knowing and valid signature. Second, the petitioners are demonstrably unlikely to successfully implement this program. Notably, CALA has no local workforce innovation and opportunity agreement at this time, which is a legal prerequisite for operating this specific type of adult charter model. On pages 6 through 9 in your staff report that you should have in front of you, the information indicated in the official June 25 California State Auditor's Report regarding the operator's Highland Community Charter and Technical School was provided in the report. The state auditor identified $180 million ineligible K-12 public funds received by Highlands Charter due to misreported modes of instruction and attendance. Academically, Highlands Charter reported only 2.8% of a graduation rate in 23-24, a rate so uniquely low that it dragged down the California's overall state average graduation rate. Financially, Highlands Charter has gone 2 full years, 23-24 and 24-25, without completing the mandatory independent financial audits. These verified state audit findings demonstrate that the educational program is legally unsound and poses immense financial and structural risk to the district. On pages 15 through 22 of the staff report, the petition lacks reasonable, comprehensive descriptions across required elements. The petitioner frequently cites education code requirements but lacks reasonably comprehensive descriptions of how these requirements will be implemented. Governance, there is no clear separation between the board, the administrative staff, and board meetings are designated exclusively in Sacramento, making it challenging for local public participation. In terms of staffing, the petition relies heavily on uncredentialed personnel and ties administrative roles to specific individuals rather than establishing objective credential requirements. Operationally, critical policies regarding health and safety, admissions, financial audits fail to comply with current education code mandates. In summary, the district's findings indicate that the CALA petition does not meet all of the 5 statutory standards under Education Code 47605. Signatures, there was failed to provide valid credential teacher signatures, and also because of the fact that it was not disclosed that the 2,000 students would be coming from Sacramento, the teachers who signed the petition were unaware that that was the intent. The educational program, legally unsound per the state auditor findings of catastrophic academic performance and financial mismanagement. In terms of implementation, demonstrably unlikely to succeed without planning or a valid workforce innovation and opportunity agreement. In terms of the community interest, it fails to serve the Yuba City and Sutter County community as evidenced by the fact that 2,000 of the students would be coming from Sacramento and served, and only 256 out of the 2,256 would be Sutter County or Yuba City Unified students. The other concern is that there was no initial contact with local community members. This happened after the petition, so there was no front loading, and at the public hearing, there was no evidence that the local community members were supporting the charter petition. The required elements, there's a lacks comprehensive descriptions of governance, staffing, and health and safety. So in the staff report, you'll see that there were several elements where they cited ed code, but there were actually no outline of specificity of how the program would be implemented. So based on the overwhelming factual evidence and legal deficiencies presented tonight and detailed in our full staff report, district staff presents its final recommendation that the Yuba City Unified Governing Board deny the California Learning Academy charter petition and adopt the staff report as a written findings and support the recommendation of denial.
Thank you.
So we'll invite Mr. Rhodes up to the podium to present their information.
It's hard to hear that they're
Oh, yes.
We will read it after this.
Good evening, board, superintendent, staff, and Yuba City community. My name is Jonathan Raymond, and I'm executive director of Highlands Community Charter and Technical Schools. I'm pleased to be here this evening, and I want to make a brief presentation and just share some of our responses to the staff's findings and recommendation. I do want to say I appreciate the work and the time that staff has put in to go through the charter petition. It is a lot of work, and so I appreciate that work. That all notwithstanding, all of the teachers that are currently serving at both Highlands Community Charter School and our California Innovative Career Academy have the Commission on Teacher Credentialing certificate, permit, or other documentation required for their teaching positions. It's false to claim that any of our teachers currently teaching at either HCCS or SECA do not have credentials. It's also false to claim that any of the teachers who signed on as teachers to the CALA petition do not have their credentials. Highlands has compiled printouts from the Commission on Teacher Credentialing website confirming the credentials of each and every one of these educators and have provided them to the districts and staff. The Yuba City Unified Staff report states that 5 individuals who spoke in support of the charter school back in June, 2 of whom stated that they were teachers for the existing school in Sacramento. However, credentials could not be found for either individual, page 2 of the report. The 2 teachers who spoke on behalf of CALA at the June 23rd board meeting were Michael Strello-Smith. He's a CTE music teacher, and his credential number is 260040983, and Kenia Romaldo. She has a preliminary single subject teaching credentials and a clear adult education teaching credential, and there is her credential number 260126837. Both of these teachers have active credentials with the Commission on Teaching Credentials. This is taken straight from the the Commission on Teaching Credentials website, so you can see these 2 teachers are in fact cleared and are recognized as having appropriate credentials, again, straight from the website. Possible reasons for some confusion. The educator search feature on the CTC credentialing relies on an exact name search. So even if staff had spelled the name correctly, it still may not have shown up if the person had multiple last names, a hyphenated last name, special characters in their names, or a middle initial in the CTC system versus using their full name. Also, a preliminary credential holds the exact same authorization as a clear credential does. Once a teacher has the preliminary credential, they may begin teaching using that credential. A preliminary credential holder clears the credential by completing an induction program. They have a mentor, and we've had UMass Global working with our staff all this past year. A teacher needs to clear that credential in order to be able to keep renewing it. It's every 5 years, and clearing that credential is not a prerequisite to start teaching. An intern credential allows an individual to serve as a teacher of record while completing their commission-approved teacher preparation program. In this case, either working with UMass or with the Sacramento County Office of Education. An interim credential teacher has the same day-to-day instructional responsibilities as a preliminary or a clear credential teacher. They receive additional supervision and support through their intern program, in this case UMass, as well as the employing agency, Highlands Community Charter and Technical Schools. Our current credential status of educator signatures that accompanied our petition, clear and preliminary, were 77, and our intern teachers were 7 for a total of 84. This just again shows you what the pathway is to becoming and to actually getting that clear and preliminary credential. Again, right off of the CTC website. Comparing statistics, I want to talk about graduation rate or college and career between Highlands and any other school in the states that serve conventionally aged English-speaking students is not equitable. These rates are naturally going to be higher for students subject to compulsory education, such as they are in Yuba City. Adult students can choose whether they want to graduate or not, whether they want to attend college or not. And there are a lot more complicating life factors that influence their education pathway, especially in the case of Highlands. Many of our students are new immigrants, many of whom were never taught or had formal education in their own native language, let alone English. They have families to provide for, they work multiple jobs, and many of our students have come from countries with incredible trauma and obstacles. I want to talk a little bit about the state audit that was referenced. The state audit report is incorrect in its determination of Highlands Community Charter and Technical Schools earned apportionment as well as compliance. The 80% attendance requirement is not an express condition for apportionment for a charter school. Although the school must require students to attend 80% or more of time, which we do, there is no requirement that the students actually attend this percentage of time in order for the school to receive funding. Instructional minutes, as you know, are annual in the nature for charter schools and not daily. Average daily attendance is not calculated based on how much of the school day a given student attends. And you would know that in your schools. Attending some portion of the day is sufficient to count for ADA. This matter is also subject to the Education Audit Appeals process and is under appeal. The state audit is also incorrect in the authorization of adult education credentials. Highlands Community Charter School has an all-adult student population, and the regulation governing adult educational credentials states authorization. The preliminary or clear full-time adult education teaching credential authorizes the holder to teach the students the subjects named on the credential as specified in section 80036.3 in courses organized primarily for adults. Highlands Community Charter School also relied on specific guidance from the San Diego County Office of Education that adult education teaching credentials may be used to teach the schools and in all adult classes. Regarding audit history, Highlands has retained reputable approved auditors and relied on their lack of findings related to attendance accounting and credentialing for years. Highlands retained auditing firm I. Bailey to conduct its annual audits for the fiscal year ending June 30th, 2023, with the option to extend to 24 and 25. The option for 2024 was, in fact, exercised, but Highlands has moved to a new auditor. I. Bailey was and is on the state controller's list of approved auditing firms for this purpose. Highlands has had clean audits from its annual auditor on these specific issues for all of the same years which were criticized in the state audit report. After the state auditor released its report last June, I. Bailey refused to finalize its own annual audit for Highlands. I. Bailey eventually released and finalized their audit report for the 2023-24 school year, which the state auditor then refused to accept. State controller then refused to accept. And as a result, this audit is currently being revised. 1 year later, Highlands has put dedicated effort into implementing all of the recommendations from the state audit. Instructional time, attendance, ADA reporting recommendations have been implemented, including improved policies around attendance documentation and record retention. Student work samples for our independent study program are now collected and documented, including student names, completion dates, grades, or points, and teacher verification before ADA is reported. Fiscal controls around use of public funds have been strengthened, including multiple levels of approval needed and improved review and documentation of decisions. And there are contracting safeguards in place, including standardized language for contracts, multiple layers of review, as well as increased transparency. Conflict of interest protections have been strengthened, including expanded training and safeguards. Our human resources record keeping and anti-nepotism safeguards have been strengthened. Salary schedules, compensation controls have all been implemented, prohibiting executive management from approving raises outside of board-approved salary limits and schedules. Credentialing compliance and class size monitoring has been strengthened, including a quarterly and an ad hoc review process, and our school accountability report card policies and procedures have been improved to support data accuracy as well as internal review. So again, as I shared when I was here in June, what can CALA offer to the Yuba City community and to the Sutter County area? It's really added capacity to serving adults who don't sufficiently have those resources right now. In every one of the public and community meetings that I've been having with organizations, there's been encouragement, there's been a welcoming to bring more capacity and resources into the county. So again, I thank you very much for your time. Thank you to the staff for your staff review, and we look forward to your decision. Thank you.
No, yes. Could you read the disclosure for items on the agenda, please?
The Brown Act, specifically Government Code Section 54954.2, provides that no action or discussion shall be taken on any item unless it is adequately described in a timely posted agenda. Accordingly, though the public may comment on matters within the board's jurisdiction that do not appear on the agenda, the board cannot respond to such comments without running the risk of deliberating or initiating discussion on topics not properly before the board. And the risk associated with responding to public comments, the board does not respond to the community's questions or comments. The board will respect the rights of the public to express their viewpoints on matters within the board's jurisdiction. However, comments that are defamatory or that violate the privacy rights of any students or individuals may not be protected by law. The board shall not permit any disturbance or willful interruption of board meetings. Is that what you wanted me to read?
Yeah, the on the agenda one.
Oh, on the agenda. Sorry. I thought you said not on the agenda.
It's okay, we can just do both.
Okay. Under the Brown Act, the board shall entertain comments on any item appearing on the posted agenda. As the board discusses agenda items, audience participation is permitted. Generally, the president will ask board members for their remarks before recognizing requests to speak from the audience. At the president's discretion, agenda items may be considered in other than numerical order. The board will respect the rights of the public to express their viewpoints on matters within the board's jurisdiction. However, comments that are defamatory or that violate the privacy rights of any students or individuals may not be protected by law. The board shall not permit any disturbance or willful interruption of board meetings.
We're gonna do the public comment speakers first and then the written ones. So we have Catherine.
I had planned to go after Carl. It's okay. Can you hear me okay?
Yep.
All right. My name's Catherine McGuigan. I am a union representative for the California Teachers Association. And Kelly could not be here tonight, but I'm here supporting YCTA. But I'm also here as a community member. My two sons graduated from Yuba City High School, and they've grown up to be very wonderful adults, very responsible, productive adults. And I'm very proud of their education they received in this district. I want to just make a few comments. First off, I feel really strongly about this, so I'm sorry if my passion's coming out. But I think charters should be held to the same high standards. They should be held to the standards of the law. And I don't believe this charter is being held to those standards. And I think, as Mr. Raymond, I believe you said his name was, he implied that the adult students that attend the charter are vulnerable students. And I think it's our job to protect them, and I hope that you feel that way as well. Based on what I read, I feel like there is a financial irresponsibility of the charter, and quite frankly, being a community member, reading the background of the charter, I am appalled that they would come to our district and ask for support. And so I would urge you to reject the charter petition. Thank you.
Thank you. And Carl?
Good evening. My name is Carl Knorr. I teach 8th grade ELA and German at Andros Carperos School, one of our K-8s, and this will be my 30th year working in Yuba City Unified. I also serve as membership chair for the Yuba City Teachers Association, and I am here this evening to represent the members and leadership of YCTA on behalf of our president, Trinity Counts. As outlined in significant detail in the letter that Trinity and I sent to each member of the school board last week, YCTA has serious concerns regarding the Highlands Community Charter and Technical Schools petition to relocate to YCUSD. For all the reasons we presented and for the sake of the students and staff of Yuba City Unified and our entire community, we respectfully urge you to deny the petition. Thank you.
Thank you. And then we have 3 written comments from members as well. So, could you read the first one?
Good evening, Board of Trustees. I came to you during the hearing about Highlands Charter School, and I spoke about the community ties that are in jeopardy with the approval of such a charter. This charter school seeks to put down roots in an area that already has effective relationships. Sutter County Superintendent of Schools already successfully serves our adult population, offering high school diploma courses, CTE courses leading to job entry, and excellent courses for overall learning for our community. Yuba Community College District already successfully serves our adult population by offering CTE courses, certificates, and associate's degrees that can even lead to a transfer to a 4-year university. They offer strong English as a second language opportunities at both the Marysville campus and the Sutter County Center that are credit and no credit opportunities. Your ties with Yuba College for dual enrollment has proven success and continued enrollment. Your partners in education already exist in the relationships you've built with the county office and college. Approving this charter would jeopardize those rather than strengthen community trust and relationships. I urge you to vote no to this charter and stand with your community partners in deepening trust in our community roots. Crystal F., a community member.
Okay, July 13th, 2026, Yuba City Unified School District regarding California Learning Academy Charter Petition, oppose. Dear President Corr and members of the Yuba City Unified School District Board, the California School Employees Association, CSEA, AFL-CIO, Chapter 265, respectfully urges you to deny the California Learning Academy Charter Petition. CSEA's Yuba City Unified Charter 265 represents classified school employees serving nearly 13,000 students and their families. Our mission is to improve the lives of our members, our students, and our community. With that mission in mind, it is clear to us that approving CALA charter petition would harm our students and our community and jeopardize our district's reputation as responsible stewards of public dollars. All available evidence indicates that the proposed operators of CALA, Highlands Charter and Community Technical Schools, cannot implement a successful educational program. Highlands is the subject of an ongoing investigative series by ABC 10 that has uncovered nepotism, fraud, and lavish spending of taxpayer dollars. That investigation prompted members of the California legislature to request a state audit of Highlands, which ultimately concluded that Highlands received more than $180 million in K-12 funds for which it was ineligible, engaged in wasteful spending and inappropriate hiring practices, and hired unqualified teachers. Furthermore, a review of Highlands' academic performance data reveals abysmal student outcomes for both Highlands' classroom-based program and the California Innovative Career Academy, their non-classroom-based program. In fact, Highlands' graduation rates were so low, 2.8% at Highlands and 16.9% at CICA during the 24-25 fiscal year, that they dropped California's overall statewide graduation rate by more than half a percentage point. Highlands claims that the school's direction under new leadership, including the replacement of former board members, corrects the issues that led to the state audit findings. Unfortunately, leadership changes at Highlands have not proven meaningful enough to resolve their financial compliance and programmatic issues. Below, we listed just some examples of Highlands' failures under their current leadership. One, as bullet point, as page 8 of Yuba City Unified School District staff report on this item notes, Highlands' California school dashboard metrics do not include student testing results for English language arts, math, or science, indicating ongoing issues with transparency and accountability. Another bullet point, Highlands still has not resolved the state audit determination that it received $180 million to which it was not entitled. While Highlands has a substantial reserve balance, its reserves do not amount to even 1/3 of what it currently owes the state. This leaves Highlands with at least $120 million in debt as it proposes to begin operations under YCUSD's authority. Bullet point, Highlands has not produced a valid audit for the last 2 years, resulting in its schools violating the terms of their charter petitions at Twin Rivers Unified School District and the requirements of Education Code Section 47604.33. Bullet point, despite laying off educators and support staff, Highlands has authorized new spending of over $1 million on lobbying and public relations contracts. Our adult learners in Yuba City Unified School District and Sutter County are better served by existing programs offered through the Sutter County Office of Education and Yuba Community College. Our existing public programs are reputable and have a strong track record of prioritizing the unique needs of Sutter County students, unlike Highlands, which clearly intends to continue to operate in and serve Sacramento-based students. For all these reasons and more, CSEA Chapter 265 urges you to adopt the staff recommended findings and deny the California Learning Academy Charter Petition. Thank you. Sincerely, Mercedes Giraldo, CSEA Chapter 265 President.
Thank you. And the last one's from YCTA. On behalf of the members of the Yuba City Teachers Association, we urge the Yuba City Unified School District Board to deny the California Adult Learning Academy CALA petition. Highlands Community Charter and Technical Schools, HCCTS, and the operator of CALA, has a track record of running fiscally and educationally unsound charter schools and is currently in violation of both state law and their existing charter. This petition is an attempt to switch authorizers, not to serve the community of the YCUSD or Sutter County. HCCTS, including its current leadership, has repeatedly violated state education code, is currently in violation of their charter and state education code, and is utilizing state education funds irresponsibly, spending over $1 million on lobbyists and PR consultants, even while laying off dozens of educators and education support staff. The charter school is likely to fail due to a $180 million debt to the state of California. The petition identifies only one location in Sutter County that would serve only 66 students out of over 2,000 total students, while Sutter County and Yuba Community College already offer successful, well-run adult education programs. Sorry, I lost my page. The HCCTS educational program is unsound. California School Dashboard academic outcomes for both schools currently operated by HCCTS are in the red, the lowest level, as are graduation rates and college and career indicators. Furthermore, the school manipulated grade levels, not enrolling anyone in 11th grade in order to avoid state testing in ELA and math. The current leadership of CALA and HCCTS provided misleading answers to the YCSD board members in a public hearing, falsely stating first that the authorizer fees could be used for educational purposes for other district students, and second, that petitioning directly to Sutter County would prohibit them from enrolling students that live in Sacramento. Both of these assertions are untrue. YCSD staff recommends denial of this petition for multiple reasons and highlights that the track record of the petitioners is one of extremely low academic outcomes, fiscal mismanagement, and misuse of public funds. The staff report finds that the petition is deficient in details about the educational program and lacks the required signatures and is not in the interest of the community in which it is proposing to locate. HCCTS is unlikely to successfully implement the programs they propose in their petition. As the staff report outlines in detail in bullet points, HCCTS has consistently failed to manage charter schools and abide by the law. HCCTS has an outstanding $180 million debt to the state for previously receiving funds that they were not entitled to, and there is no plan presented to manage this debt. HCCTS has 2 years with no valid audit, 23-24 and 24-25, in violation of the Education Code and their existing charters. HCCTS proposes operating a school in partnership with the WIOA program, but the report shows that they do not have a partnership agreement and do not even appear to be in conversation with Sutter County's WIOA programs. YCSD staff also found that the petition did not include key requirements, finding that they did not have the required number of valid teacher signatures, and key sections of their proposed program lacked sufficient detail. For example, CALA is required to explain how they plan to achieve pupil population that is reflective of the population of the district. However, their plan seems to be to enroll primarily existing students from the Sacramento County, not Yuba City or Sutter County. So there is no substantive analysis or plan relevant to our local community. In addition to the numerous reasons YCSD staff found indicating that HCCTS is unlikely to successfully implement the proposed program based on the petition submitted, the proposed program would be ineligible for funding as a non-classroom-based school, or an NCB. NCBs must maintain a 25-to-1 pupil-to-teacher ratio to be eligible for funding. However, CALA includes non-credentialed paraprofessionals in their calculation, which is not allowed. Approval of the CALA petition is not in the interest of the community in which it is proposing to relocate. As a YCSD staff report confirms, the charter is primarily intended to serve students in Sacramento, not Yuba City or Sutter County. Yuba City Unified should not spend time and resources tending to the corrupt operators of an unsuccessful educational program that is not intended for our local community. This charter operator should be shut down, not granted a new petition of our community. Thank you for your consideration of our request. Sincerely, Trinity Counts, YCTA President, and Carl Knorr, YCTA Membership Chair. Any comments by board members?
I'm ready to make a motion. Make a motion that we uphold staff report in denying the petition.
I second that.
Okay, on a motion by Member Dami, second by Member Pretty. Can I get a roll call vote, please?
Member Moslin?
No. Deny.
So yes.
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 Member Ciociola is absent. Member Domi?
Yes.
Member Lamb?
Yes.
Member Pretty?
Yes.
Member Quilty?
Yes.
President Carr?
Yes. Alright. And then with that, I'll close the vote. Is that
It was in
public?
public
Or-
process.
Public, yep, okay, perfect. Okay, moving on.
I move that we approve the discipline action as discussed in closed session.
Second.
Okay, on a motion by member Pretty, second by member Bonza, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. C, Elevo After School Extended Learning Program.
Yeah, staff seek approval to continue with our services for after-school programming and our ELOC program with a LEVO for our sports after school for 26-27 school year.
Tina, these they go until 6, right?
6 o'clock.
And are they also the ones that are coming in during lunchtime, or is it a different organization that does that?
We don't have that anymore.
We don't have.
So it was this, we used to use them, but due to funding mechanisms, we can't use them during the school year. So it's just after school.
I make a motion to approve.
Second.
On a motion by member Domi, second by member Lamb, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. D, iReady Products.
Staff seeking approval to enter into an agreement with iReady for this upcoming school year to be our local indicator assessment for reading and math.
I make a motion to approve.
Second.
We have a question.
Yeah, right.
And I have a question.
Go.
My question is, you know, like how we're going through like the adoption process. We just did it for the math curriculum. Are we looking at something for testing like iReady, and like are we gonna
Yeah.
enter into something? Because I have mixed reviews. Some people really like the data that you get from iReady, some don't. I've never really dove into and used any of that stuff, so I leave that to the experts. But is that also on our horizon to like reevaluate some of these?
Yeah, we'll be moving forward next year with our Math and U assessment platform as we get to like know how to use it better. So that'll most likely not be part of iReady next year. We Math, and then when we do our adoption for ELA, it'll be our ELA adopted.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
So that was kind of my question also, because I've had some concerns that the iReady program just doesn't really do everything that it says it does. That the efficacy is pretty low. So are we looking at that, or are we just continuing with it?
Yeah, so our primary use of it is we have to have our local indicator data for our LCAP. So it's one of our local indicators for math and reading. But with our new adoption with Math and U for next year, as we go into next year, not 26, 27, 27, 28, it'll be our Math and U assessment platform. And as we do our adoption, which is upcoming for ELD, we'll use that new curriculum for our ELD assessment. So this will be unlikely be using this for math next year. In the year after, it will be pretty much obsolete. Yeah,
My understanding of the iReady though is that it does provide valuable information on the students as long as it's being used.
Yeah.
That's part of the
Yeah,
problem,
and
is that it's
And what I've heard is there's different levels of success with it, depending on what level of student we're talking about. High school, maybe not as much.
probably not.
Elementary school is
yeah.
pretty helpful, but when you get up into the high school area, it's really kind of.
Yeah, it may not be as effective, but the thing is that my understanding is that there are teachers who are not using it consistently, and so it's hard to get useful
Good
information
data.
when you're not using it, or they're not using it correctly. But the teachers that are using it, consistently, they're getting valuable information.
Okay, good.
And I'll tell you another thing. I worked at Luther several years ago, and they have used it very successfully up at Luther Elementary, and so I think it is a valuable piece of
good.
yeah.
And then I totally forgot who the motion was. Motion? Second. Okay, perfect. On a motion by Member Bonza, second by Member Quilty. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. E, non-public school contracts.
So we have five non-public school contracts, and the first one is for our MPSs. And so we have 5 on this contract that we see approval for 26, 4 on this contract for 26-27 school year.
I make a motion we approve. Second.
On a motion by Member Downey, second by Member Lamb. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. And then it is F through I, right? Okay, F through I, we're just gonna take together because it's the same. So F through I for the ARIA Healthcare, Epic Special Education, Navra Inc., and ProCare Therapy.
Are these all for
These are contractors,
contractors, but all for special ed?
all special education contractors, SLPs,
Nurses.
teachers and nurses.
Okay. I make a motion we approve. Second.
On a motion by Member Downey, second by Member Lamb. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. So F through I, moving on to J.
Annually, we have to, our school district is required to establish a school attendance review board and appoint members representing a variety of our agencies to support efforts in improving student attendance. We seek approval for the 26-27 school year for our panel membership attached and our meeting schedule.
Is that within Yuba City Unified or is this with the county?
We have Yuba City Unified staff and county staff.
Okay.
But it's separate from the county star board.
Yeah, this is our own SAR.
Make a motion we approve. Second.
On a motion by Member Downey, second by Member Lamb. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Approval of Central Gaither Water Storage Tank.
So the reason for this is we've been required by the fire department to install an above water or a water tank out of Central Gaither for fire suppression. It was something that we weren't expecting necessarily, but as such, we went out to bid the project. We received 6 bids back, ranging from $233,600 to $645,000 for the project. We recommend awarding the bid to the lowest responsible bidder, which is Newland Entities, at the $233,600.
So I have a question about this. Why? Okay, so we still own the property where Central Gaither School was.
Mm-hmm.
It's now a non-public school, correct?
Correct.
But we are putting in a water tank because why?
A school could not be run out there without the water tank. As newly
It's not for drinking water though. It's for fire suppression.
It's for fire suppression. The wells out there do not provide enough water to sufficiently put down a fire threat.
So there's like no fire
Hydrants.
hydrants out there.
No, not out there. So there's not a there. I'm sorry, Shirley. I'll ask after you.
So we're still in.
No, that's all. Go ahead.
I got 2 questions. One, piggybacking off of that, I understand the above ground water storage issue, right? That's one option. The other option, though, if we do have a well, is getting a more horsepower pump to pump.
This was deemed by far the least costly option to do. That's why we're doing it.
Okay.
We have rice land and wells are very expensive, like
But you're not redoing.
upward of $500,000.
Yeah, but I'm not suggesting put another well in. I'm saying switch out the pump instead of it being like a 1 horsepower, do 2 horsepower, you get a lot more pressure that's coming out. But besides the point, that's the weeds. The other question that I had, I know with this project in particular, we were able to use Medi-Cal funds through the county office of ed. How come we're not using, or how come we haven't gone to them? Because I know that we used some of those fundings to offset getting that property ready.
That's a good question. So we came in under budget for this process, so we do have some additional funds that will be able to offset this cost, and that is something that we are talking about going back to them
and asking for reimbursement
about this that exact issue.
Yeah, because I mean, it's about fair share, and it's not just YCSD students that utilize that.
And serving multi-counties.
Exactly. So it's you know.
Yep, no, that's, like I said, we came in under budget, so we're gonna use, approximately 100,000 of that budget to offset this cost, and then, we've been talking about going back to them for additional funds. We'll see how that goes.
So do you take this to the superintendent's council, or will it go through ops first?
Probably will go through the SILP and then directly to the Medi-Cal Collaborative.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, cool. I make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
On a motion by member Dummy, second by member Pretty, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. L, property and liability.
So we are part of a Joint Powers Authority, NCR, Northern California Relief Liability Excess Fund, and this is essentially our property and liability insurance. We're asking for approval for the expected premiums for the 26-27 year of $1,661,748. And we just FYI, we have a $5,000 deductible when it comes to property and liability claims.
I'll move that we approve.
I'll second the motion.
On a motion by member Pretty, second by member Quilty, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. And Sutter County escape calculation.
Okay, so this is our software associated with human resource, payroll, and finance, essential software. It is actually managed by Sutter County Superintendent of Schools. All the school districts in the county use this software. And our portion of this expense is $165,161.52 for the 26-27 school year that we recommend approval.
I just have one question, not really a question, but just follow up, and it's not something that I'm sure you can give me the answer to today, but I just wanted to follow up. I know in years past we've talked about like paying subs, and I know Escape is the system, and I know we were working on piloting some things to get payment out at a quicker rate. So maybe at like the next board meeting or something, you guys can give us a little bit more information on where we are with
We
that.
can give you an update on that, absolutely. Yeah.
Perfect. I mean, otherwise, if there's no questions, I make a motion we approve.
Second.
On a motion by member Dummy, second by member Bonza, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Continuation of agreement with F3.
Yes, so Fagan, Friedman, and Fulfrost is our firm that we work with, our attorney firm, and it is that time of year to renew our annual contract with them.
I make a motion we approve.
I'll second the motion.
On a motion by member Dummy, second by member Quilty, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. O, first reading for proposed revisions.
Yes, so this is a set of policies from CSBA. Many of them are student in the fours and fives? So we bring them forward. There is a request from Assistant Superintendent if the board would consider waiving the second reading because of the timeliness of getting the student handbook out. Most of these, if I remember correctly, Tina, they're all up for review because of new laws and
New laws versus for discipline. So we have to insert this in the student handbook for the 26-27 school year, so it's pretty timely.
And you've got to get those out in about a week and a half.
What's the big discipline change?
I'm
sure there's many.
There's a lot. Just in terms of just language around like suspension off campus, being off campus, how that relates to suspension. And foster and homeless notifications. There's just a lot of these board policies.
the 45-day review.
So you're asking us to waive the
first read.
Second reading.
Second reading and just approve.
Just approve. I move that we do that.
Second.
On a motion by member Pretty, second by member Bonza, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Now take the policies. So
Hearing
you
none,
waived
motion
it, right?
carries.
Okay.
Waived and then approved, right?
I make a motion we approve.
Second.
On a motion by member Dummy, second by member Bonza, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. P, proposed revisions to professional standards.
And these are HR policies, so I'm gonna let Assistant Superintendent Alvarado speak to them.
So these are HR policies related to professional standards for each of our employee groups, as well as the board policy related to maintaining appropriate adult-student interaction. interactions. That is a policy that CSBA has recommended as a model and has grown over the years to be more explicit in what that conduct looks like. They're also looking to integrate the maintaining appropriate student interactions conduct into the expectation of what professional standards are. So it links the two board policies, that these are all the professional standards plus what it says in maintaining appropriate adult-student interactions. It also strengthens the language around the fact that this includes our interns, our volunteers, our contractors under those employee standards and protections, as well as our permanent probation employees.
So
And it integrates one new law, the SB 8.
does it also encompass like language around social media, like that type of interactions? Okay.
It does, it includes what those communications look like, how they are, what is appropriate. There is an existing board policy language that is more specific to inappropriate physical interactions between adults and students, and this goes on to say attempt to forming inappropriate romantic relationships, things that are more aligned with some of the newer language that have been attributed to.
In your opinion, is the new language much more transparent and comprehensible, understandable?
It is very specific, and it is there for your review, but it is very specific. What I appreciate about it is that in addition to having what has been a standard on maintaining appropriate interactions and a separate standard on professional standards, that in addition to what already exists in professional standards, there's actually language that says
Where it
including
puts them together.
everything that's in the maintaining appropriate interactions.
Would it be possible that like once we go through the approval process for this in particular, that I know all of our board policies are accessible to all of our employees, but for this one in particular, can we send it out to employees? Just because like, I think what's happened in recent years and just kind of the nature of social media and things, that I think it's wise to just inform the staff that like, hey, just think twice. It's not even about like, it's covering them. It's for their own protection. I mean, for students and for staff. But you know, some interactions are innocent, right? Like, I mean, I know of many educators who have former students or students on their social media, right? All it takes is one accusation that really can cripple a career, right? And I'm not saying that it's founded, unfounded, I'm just saying overarching. So if that's like one ask that I can have of just if you can send.
Well, I can speak to that. We have actually not rolled out our annual notifications, training, or notifications yet to employees waiting on your approval for tonight to include these.
This is a first read?
No, we're looking for your
Well, so yes, so it's a first read, but the board is, Assistant Superintendent Alvarado would be asking for a waiving again of the second reading, so she can include this in the annual notification and mandated trainings that will happen in a week.
And so we create our own annual notifications where our policies go in, they go to employees, every employee gets them. In addition to a link to all board policies, there are enumerated several of these sexual harassment, these interaction professional standards. They will receive those. Additionally, they do a new mandated training related to maintaining appropriate adult-student interactions. It first was presented to employees last year, and they will take it again this year, and it has had updates and tweaks by Keenan Safe Schools in that last year as well. And so all of those will go out.
Have we worked with both employee groups on these board policies? Are they in understanding? I mean, nothing in these board policies contradict anything that's in ed code, is that correct?
No, these are generated through
CSB.
and generally they're either laws or federal laws that are required to. So there's nothing that would be necessarily bargained because of the nature of where they're coming from.
Okay. All right, thank you.
So you need a motion to waive and approve.
I make a motion to waive second reading.
Second.
Okay, on a motion by Member Dami, second by Member Bonza, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries.
I make a motion that we approve.
Second.
On a motion by Member Bonza, second by Member Dami, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Okay. Any board reports, information, discussion? No? Comment, there's no other written communications from the public. Comments from employee reps?
Carl Noor, YCTA Membership Chair. Quick question, was everything on the consent agenda approved this evening?
Yes.
Okay, then I can make my comments. I wasn't sure, thank you. Thank you all for being here on a hot summer night. On behalf of our President, Trinity Counts, and the rest of the YCTA Executive Board, I'd like to express our gratitude for your approval of the SLP and YCTA President's Release Time MOUs. We are looking forward to another positive, productive school year. Thank you.
That's it, Carl? Thank you, Carl.
I should come more often.
Yeah. Okay, sure.
There you go.
It's so much fun.
So much fun.
Okay. Comments from board members?
I have a comment. Two. One, I mean, we're gearing up for school. Do we have a board meeting before school starts? The Tuesday before?
August 11th, yes.
Yeah, we do. Okay, so then I'll save that until that time.
Okay.
The other comment that I had was we haven't done superintendent's evaluation, so maybe we can coordinate and get the ball rolling on that. And that's it.
Lydia? No? Okay. Comments from superintendent?
Yeah, so we are gearing up. We are gearing up. So the next 2 days, the 29th and 30th, we have our administrative summer institute. So if you would like to stop by, tomorrow we will be at Hope Point Nazarene Church. And then on the 30th, we will be in the new Sutter County CTE Center. So 2 days of very much fun. And then also on August 10th, we'll have our all-staff start of the school year, and that will be a lot of fun. Morning will be fun. Morning will be fun.
We'll have a great
So
Is that going to be at River Valley?
Yes, River Valley. So
It'll be fun.
it will be fun.
It was fun last year.
It's gonna be just we're stepping up.
Okay.
So I'll be there. Yeah, it'll be fun.
And that's when?
August 10th.
August 10th, and we start at
8. Breakfast at 7:30.
7:30. Breakfast at 7:30 outside. So staff will be there, and then we herd them into the gym, and we start the day, and it's going to be a lot of energy, a lot of fun. So I'm looking forward
And a
to
good
it.
speaker.
Yes, an excellent speaker.
What's his name again?
Amish Brewer.
Thomas Berg.
Amish. H-A-M-I-S-H. Brewer. B-R-E-W-E-R.
A lot of you will love him because he's from down under, so he's got that
Oh, I
accent.
can't wait. I love the guest speakers.
Yes.
They're always so fun.
He's from down under. I don't know which down under, but he's from down under. Some exciting news. So as you know, Kirsten Kircher is being recognized as the All-Star Teacher. And on Friday, August 28th at Berry School, and this is in your folder, there is going to be a little celebration for her. The $30,000 she has decided to have it donated to the Berry Library. So there'll be media and the big check will be there, and so exciting times. So that is being planned on February 28th, 2026 at 10:15 in the Berry Gym. Just some exciting news. So those of you who know our teacher, Katie Woolman, her daughter, Palin Woolman, has been selected as the female representative for Team California at the 2026 Patriot Games. So she'll be traveling to Spire Academy in Geneva, Ohio to compete from August 9th through 11th alongside her male teammate for a share of a $250,000 scholarship pool. This is created to celebrate America's 250th birthday. This event highlights the values of hard work, resilience, and teamwork. The competition will stream on the ESPN app with a special feature airing on ABC on August 13th. And so Helen will be representing Yuba City High School in her Yuba City High School year as she competes in the Patriot Games.
Oh,
pretty fun.
wow.
Right?
Those are not anywhere close to the Hunger Games, right?
I don't think so. Students and athletes, I don't think so.
Just thought I'd ask.
I I'm gonna say you're out.
I would just say that I know Katie, and I would imagine she has not had her feet touch the ground since she found this out.
Yeah, so
Probably 6
I
feet.
just got this today at literally 1:46, and so Katie and her husband Matt have got to be very excited.
I'm
And
sure
if
that.
you've ever met their daughter, she is a very neat kid. She's a very neat kid. So, all right, very cool.
Next board meeting is August 11th, open session at 7. Can I get a motion to adjourn?
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second the motion.
A motion by member Jami, second by member Schulte. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries.
Tuesday on Government Watch, you can support or sponsor. Help keep the community aware with Yuba-Sutter.LIVE.